Billionaire is doubling down on semiconductor stocks despite escalating geopolitical tensions. Here's the insight. Ladies and gents, welcome back. This week, my grid flagged a couple of unusual activities in the semiconductor industry, and I want to cover a few things. This billionaire is loading up on Taiwan Semiconductor TSM despite geopolitical risks. TSM shares recently jumped after regulators in Taiwan eased limitations that would reportedly allow fund managers to increase their exposure to the stock. The stock is up 123% over the past year as investors look past Taiwan-related geopolitical risks and focus on the company's AI moat. TSM is among the top beneficiaries of the rising AI capex that is likely to touch 700 billion. Why? TSM has about 62% of the total foundry market and over 90% of the market for advanced nodes. TSM customers don't switch because finding other chip foundries is extremely hard, if not impossible. TSM has raised its capital expenditure forecast to 56 billion for 2026 and plans 165 billion in US investments over the next few years. Its moat and high capacity production make it an attractive buy for the long term despite its gains. Now back to the grid. Let me present you with a few other real-time stuff. Tech stocks soar on strong Apple earnings. On May 1st, 2026, tech stocks experienced a significant increase following Apple's announcement of robust earnings results, suggesting strong consumer demand. Investors might be overdoing bets on semiconductor stocks. MarketWatch reports that investors could be overextending themselves on semiconductor stocks as pricing volatility continues. Concerns are surfacing about potential market corrections and valuations rise excessively. Altair Semiconductor breaks away from Sony to drive next-gen 5G, IoT, and physical AI solutions. Shift towards advanced semiconductor packaging. Manufacturers are increasingly focusing on advanced packaging technologies, allowing for smaller, more efficient chips that are critical in high-performance computing applications. This trend is expected to drive innovations in chip design and performance, presenting opportunities for companies specializing in semiconductor packaging solutions. Western Digital stock slides despite earnings beat. And here, increased investment in semiconductor R&D. Why Magnachip Semiconductor stock is surging on Friday? Magnachip Semiconductor stock has seen a significant rise recently, likely due to increased investor interest and market dynamics. The surge comes amid a broader trend of heightened activity in the semiconductor industry sector. South Korea's export growth stays strong on semiconductor demand. Emerging signals. Terafab is already changing the semiconductor landscape before a single chip is made. Watch for developments on how this technology could change traditional manufacturing methods. Japan's semiconductor firms look to join forces for global edge. Everybody wants a piece of this pie. And let me give you a few more pointers, a little bit of negative side. Supply chain disruptions. The semiconductor industry continues to face significant supply chain challenges. These disruptions have been exacerbated by geopolitical tensions and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Companies are struggling to maintain a steady supply of chips necessary for production, leading to increased cost and delays in getting products into market. And not to forget, skilled labor shortage. There's a notable shortage of skilled labor in the semiconductor manufacturing sector, particularly as companies scale up operations. This has resulted in increased competition for talent and higher wages, which can affect profit margins. Many firms are finding it challenging to recruit the necessary engineers and technicians required for advanced manufacturing processes. And last but not the least, investors are heavily investing in semiconductor stocks, leading to rising valuations and increased competition among companies in the sector. This situation could result in overvaluation and a potential market correction. Companies need to navigate the volatile stock market to maintain investor confidence and avoid unsustainable growth trajectories. And clearly you can see the trends. Rising demand for advanced semiconductor technologies, global collaborations in semiconductor manufacturing, increased investments in local semiconductor production. Countries are ramping up investments in local semiconductor production. It's like the whole world is getting into semiconductors right now. While this market is going all the way up, we are kind of missing out on the other undervalued stocks, which I'll cover in the upcoming days. Please stay tuned. Let's quickly check on TSM for the filings, basically. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited, April 28th. Officer. Okay, this is the insider trades, by the way. Analyze, if you preview, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited filed a Form 4 to report changes in beneficial ownership of securities on April 29th. This filing provides insight into insider transactions, which can indicate management's confidence in the company's prospects. Retail observers may use this information to assess market sentiment. You can see they've been filing quite a bunch this entire month, the last month. And on the hedge fund side, we have a couple of stuff, not really relevant to this, so I'm going to skip it. First Business Financial Services, you have Arizona State Retirement System, Brown University, just a tip of the stuff. Again, I'll break this down in the upcoming days if it's relevant. Insider activity, let's check this out. Link Bank Corp, 11 insider filings, Digimark Corp, PPG Industries, And these are all the SEC filings. Again, not relevant to what I'm talking about today, but I will break them down in the upcoming days if it's relevant. So overall, the whole market is bullish. Forget about whatever is happening. War, everything seems like priced in right now. There are a lot of doom and gloomers talking about the market crash and whatsoever. Could be a correction, like I said, but seems like it doesn't stop. And just to prove my point, check the list on the left side. This was posted on one of my free communities a month ago. And this is the other side of the market, photonics, semiconductors, AI. Just put this out there for documenting purposes. And if you look at the price right there on the left side, SciVef, it was at $1 or 121. XT, 58. Light, 700 something. AAO, Applied Electronics, 101. Core, 275. BE, 166. And right now, if you come back to this side, look at the prices here. XT, 92. Applied, 184. Literally doubled from the screenshot. Pretty much everything doubled, tripled. This was at 120. Now it's at 234, which is Silicon Motion. These are all chips. And I've discussed about Reddit. Undervalued. They came out with the earning and literally beat earnings. Price point at 250 to 205. These are something that I'm looking at. And stuff like this kind of scares me. But like I mentioned, I put this out months ago and they kept going up and up and up. Not only that, SanDisk was at $500 to $700. Right now it's almost close to $1,200. This is SciVef, if you remember, was one right now is at $497 to $5. Micron Technology. Coherent 330. It was at 200 something. This is Laser and Light. Amazon all-time high. Bloom Energy. How could I miss this? Was sitting at 120. Right now it's 288. Let that sink in. Another international stock. Put this out there when it was like 50 something. Right now it's 151. And last but not least, the billionaires are buying TSM. For some reason, if I really have to touch any of these out of all, this looks a lot better. TSM. I don't hold any right now, but if I really have to pick something, I guess ride the wave. Northland Power signs long-term corporate power purchase agreement for Hai Long offshore. TSM's unit TSM Global acquires fixed income securities. Taiwan economy grows fastest in nearly 4 decades in first quarter on AI demand. Man, this seems very bullish. Although I'm a little skeptical. But ladies and gents, I hope I got my message across. I'm trying to fine-tune my system. The grid is going to get a lot better in the upcoming days. This is just the beginning. If you like what you see, please subscribe, follow along, and I'll keep you posted in real time.